Hi all, it's Vanessa Love. I'm going to deviate from my usual channels and I have a project to do for Intro to Mental Health Counseling through the University of Buffalo. All right, so today the topic is going to be, okay, I have my notes, male depression after divorce. So a lot of people kind of wonders like what's going on. All right, so in all of the articles that I read, it said men suffer more than women. Women usually initiate the divorce, so men have all sorts of feelings like feeling helpless and feeling like a failure and feeling sadness. Um, let's see. Their sadness often becomes anger. They become obsessed and do Facebook stalking, and they go over what happened like repeatedly, as I said, obsessively, and wonder what the other person is doing. There's a sense of loss. There's a loss of purpose. Men usually take a lot of pride in having a family and a house, right? So during a divorce, men can experience financial loss, and in that loss, also, uh, like usually, you can't keep people don't keep their houses after the divorce. Some people do, obviously, but not having a house or having a house without your kids in it, very, very big change. And very understandably that someone would have depression with this. They have limited access to childcare. That kind of boggles my mind because I'm like, well, why wouldn't you? But then I'm like, oh, okay, well, maybe these articles feel like women have more access to their parents or something, or friends or relatives who are able to take care of their kids. But I haven't, in the couples that I've counseled, I haven't seen the, whatchamacallit, lack of access to childcare from men. Um, it, Custody usually goes to women, which is definitely a point of contention with me because I've known some families where the woman is probably the least capable of taking care of the children, and yet she has them. And let's see, there's usually despair and hopelessness with all of the court proceedings. So, all right, whoops. All right. So, men express depression. Oh, Jesus. A little bit different than women do. Women are more likely to be almost overt about it. Men are a little bit more covert about it. They're still isolating and kind of isolating is keeping away from everyone and the things that you like. So men experience anger sometimes. One of the articles said there was an increase of domestic violence, meaning that they not like punching each other, but physical fights, but like throwing bottles, slamming doors, verbal rages. It's an actual like what they called it, which makes sense. All right. So they might, in that anger, they might spread rumors about the other person. Men often work too much if they're feeling depressed because they don't want to go home and deal with, all of the stuff and the stress that they have at home. They can start drinking alcohol. They can start doing drugs. They could find another relationship, which is definitely not recommended when you're that hurt. Men often have crying fits, but you're not going to see that obviously. And then they might have nightmares or weight loss. And as I've said before, they have obsessive thoughts. So that kind of increase of anxiety and obsessive thoughts about like the other partner, what the other partner is doing, what's going on, those type of things, especially in regard to court. And that, again, very serious thing. So what can men do? Well, I think one of the most important things that I've read in one of the articles was after 2 years, people are pretty happy with their decision. Like they're good. Everything kind of gets stable, and I think also once men have like a consistent schedule with their kids, and they have the like that one-on-one time that they need with, like, if they have multiple kids, like, taking that time with each one of them and making sure that the kids kind of have a role model, a person in their life that is paying attention to them during a very tough time. And many of the articles said, be a role model to your kids. And I was like, I mean, you can do that, but it's going to be kind of a hard thing to do when you're feeling so crappy. So what can men do? Therapy, obviously. Build support networks, and that could be, through friends, obviously, through organizations, through support groups, very good thing. Most people actually benefit from a dietary change to prevent them from having depression, especially carbohydrates. Depressed people love carbohydrates. Oh, those carbs, they're so easy too, and you can just have them feel full and not think about it, but not a good thing, right? So, eating better and getting active and going to the gym, a healthy amount of time. Some people can go too far with that and spend all of their time at the gym or spend all of their free time at the gym. And, I guess if you're also getting kind of that like support network out of it, it'd be really tough to not be at the gym all the time, but it is good not to be at the gym all the time. Just like it's good not to be at work all the time. And with depression, like sorting through feelings and making sure that, like there's a light at the end of the tunnel, because depression is a liar. So it'll tell you that this is the way that it will always be. And that's just not true. Do something constructive, hobbies, books. They say, watch a very engrossing TV show. So I'm like, are we binge watching? Is this what we're doing? And one of the articles said, pick up old passions. Might be time. So accept what you can't control. It's a big one, because court, those proceedings can go on and on and on, and it is very stressful, and people do feel helpless and feel like they don't have much control. But just kind of accepting that whatever the judge is going to say or the mediator is going to come up with is what will hopefully be a best case scenario. That would be good. Avoid overdoing it on work or play. And also, as I said before, like not going and just, finding someone to date just to feel like there's a purpose, like, and that there's someone in, that man's life. Because that when someone is that, tore up about what they're experiencing, especially the end of this very serious relationship, it's easy to, go like off the wall and, have too much sex or have, not care about yourself enough to, protect yourself against bad situations with other people, especially women, or, if the man is gay, then gay men, like it can be a very bad situation. So, not having a rebound is a good idea. Even though, men, like, they have that sense of pride and they really want to date and they really want to have that person in their life and they want to feel taken care of. And, it's very easy to fall into, but, best not to, right? And as I said before, studies show that after 2 years after the divorce, things level out, and people are a bit happier to not be in those relationships that are basically sucking the life out of you, right? Because there's not too many happy people going, I think a divorce is a good idea today. It's usually a long time coming after the relationship is just kind of steady and declining, steadily declining. Yeah. All right. Well, I hope that was informative for you, and please leave me any feedback. And I hope that I hear from you soon. All right. Have a good day. Bye.